Hey guys, I just wanted to go into a quick Texas Hold'em poker strategy. This is very, very, very rough and basic, just enough to get you by if it's your first time playing. Right now, we've got the button set and blinds are already in place. I'm going to deal everything face up just so everybody could, see what's going on here. All right, and then, so a hand like this. Generally, the hands wouldn't be shown here, but, this guy with no knowledge of anything that's going on. Right now, with 4 people at the table, he may feel that, he's got like a pretty good hand right now. He may opt to raise, or he may just want to just call and see if he can improve this by getting another 5. But I'll just place a bet right here. Say he calls. A hand like this, generally, any hand with, that's, like 2-6 or 2-7 or, 3-8 or anything, which is a bunch of low numbers, they're generally considered like really bad hands to play. So let's say this guy's going to fold. It's like if you were to treat your poker hand like a blackjack hand, like where, like aces are 1 or 11 or, like face cards are 10. Basically, if you got it, something adds up to 19, then that's a good hand to play. Anything less than that, you probably want to stay away from. But anyway, with the pair of aces, he's going to want to, he's got like a monster hand, so he's going to want to raise. So we'll just we'll have him raise 10 here because don't know exactly what stakes, whatever stakes you're going to play, that this same rule would apply. And then the player here with the with the Jack 10, they're both of diamonds, they're both connected. He's got a good possibility of getting maybe a straight or a flush by the river. So let's say he's going to come along, and the guy with the 5s thinks he's going to get lucky, so he's going to come along as well. This is all going to come here in the pot. All right, 1 card gets burned. All right, and now, the guy with the aces, he's what's called an overpair. The board has got a 4, Jack, and a 3. The Jack is the highest card here. He's got an overpair to the board, so even if somebody, like this guy, who's got a Jack, he's going to think he's good at this point. So it's like if he sits and bets, say 20, then the guy with the the Jacks, he's probably going to want to come along with this. All right. Now the guy with the lower pair, with the smaller pair, he came in with the intention of getting a a set, which is a set is like 3 of a kind, with 2 in your hand and then one on the board. So since he didn't get that, he'd probably want to fold this here. All right. So now this money goes into the pot. Another card gets burned. Turn comes up. It's a king. All right. So now this guy might want to bet again. Right. Like say he wants to bet 40 because he still has an overpair to the board. The guy with the Jacks, right now, if somebody else had a king, he may have him beat. So now he's going to think really hard about it. He says, okay, well, whatever, I came here to gamble. So he ends up calling. Right, another card gets burned. River comes up a king. All right, so now, with the aces, the only thing he would be worried about is if he had like a couple of Jacks or if he had a king in his hand. So say he's afraid of the king, he decides to check. And then, this guy decides to check as well. So what ends up happening, the cards get flipped over, and then this is the best hand, right, which beats his kings and Jacks. So, kings with the aces would take the hand. Generally, if you have a really good hand, it's a good idea to bet. Like a lot of times, like new players will try to get like really fancy and kind of like act like they don't have anything, and then just kind of like spring traps on people. But if you're new to the game, basically just bet out your cards, and if the cards start going your way, then you will win. And that's a very basic strategy for Texas Hold'em.